Before age 5, the thing that shapes your child's future isn't ABC or 123. It's something most parents accidentally overlook. I want to tell you something I used to be afraid to admit. There were nights when my child was finally asleep, and I would sit alone and wonder, am I really doing the right thing for my child? Am I letting my child fall behind? Is it possible to raise a child who is peaceful, and still help them become exceptional? We all want our children to be happy, but none of us want our children to be left behind. And caught between those two fears, I often felt completely stuck. Then one day, while learning more about early brain science, I came across a truth that shook me. My child's success was never about how early they could recite letters or numbers, but about how safe and emotionally supported they felt every single day. Harvard calls the early years the period of brain architecture formation, a time when 90% of a child's brain structure is built, not through flashcards or early academics, but through their emotional experiences with us. And I realized that the foundation of a strong, confident, emotionally intelligent child comes from 3 surprisingly simple things: emotional safety, responsive love, and unstructured play. Not worksheets, not pressure, not racing ahead. Just these 3 things, and they shape the way our children see the world, trust the world, and eventually thrive in it. After learning this, I began to look at my child in a completely different way. I stopped counting how many letters they knew, or how quickly they could solve a worksheet. Instead, I started asking myself, does my child feel safe today? Did I truly listen to them today? Did they have enough space to explore, play, and discover the world on their own terms? And that question led me to understand the 3 foundations that truly shape a child's early brain. 1. Emotional safety, the foundation of all learning. Neuroscientists have shown that when a child is stressed, scared, yelled at, or feels misunderstood, the body activates the sympathetic nervous system, the fight, flight, or freeze response. In that moment, the amygdala, the alarm system, takes over. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for language, reasoning, problem solving, and emotional control, becomes less active. In simple terms, a child who feels stressed cannot learn. A child who feels safe learns naturally, deeply, and faster. So those moments when my child cried, melted down, or acted out, I learned that they weren't misbehaving. Their nervous system was overwhelmed. Instead of correcting the behavior, I began helping my child regulate their emotions first. Sometimes all it took was a calm voice. I'm here, tell me what you're feeling. And almost instantly, I could see their nervous system shift from survival mode to learning mode. This wasn't just emotional support. This was neuroscience in action. 2. Responsive love, the birthplace of confidence and independence. Research from Yale and the University of Washington shows that children who receive consistent, responsive caregiving develop secure attachment, which strongly predicts emotional self-regulation, resilience, cooperation, academic success, long-term mental well-being. I started paying attention to the little moments I used to overlook: the tug on my sleeve, the searching eyes, the repeated, "Mommy," when I was busy. These weren't interruptions. They were my child asking, "Is the world safe for me? Are you here for me?" Each time I paused, looked into their eyes, and said, "I'm listening," I could feel our connection deepen. And the more responsive I became, the more independent my child grew. It sounds counterintuitive, but science has proven it again and again. Children become independent, not by being pushed away, but by being securely held first. This is what psychologists call co-regulation, a child learning emotional control through the presence of a calm adult. 3. Unstructured play, the gym where the brain trains. A major study from Cambridge shows that play-based learning activates the brain more fully than early academic drills. When a child plays, multiple brain regions light up simultaneously. The motor cortex strengthens coordination. The language centers fuel imagination and storytelling. The executive function areas handle planning, focus, and problem solving, and the emotional regions help them practice trial and error. and build frustration tolerance. That is why a child can spend hours with blocks, sand, or pretend play, and their brain is working harder than during a worksheet. I let my child play more, get messy, explore, create, experiment. And I learned not to intervene too quickly. When the tower fell, I didn't rebuild it for them. I waited, I watched, I let their brain practice resilience. Those simple wooden blocks were shaping emotional intelligence, focus, patience, problem solving. Skills that no workbook could ever teach. A scientific truth, wrapped in something deeply human. All major studies converge on one message. Children with strong emotional foundations learn faster, deeper, and more naturally. Connection builds calm. Calm builds confidence. Confidence builds lifelong success. Not pressured success, not performance-based success, but the kind of success that grows from within. Steady, grounded, and authentic. Children don't need a packed schedule. They don't need to know everything before their peers. They don't need to be the smartest in the class by age 5. What they need is a caregiver who truly sees them. Someone who understands that beneath every behavior, there is always a need asking to be met. And when that need is met with safety, responsiveness, and room to explore, the brain naturally develops emotional regulation, self-confidence, curiosity, intrinsic motivation, problem-solving strength. If a child wakes up each day knowing they have someone who listens, arms that welcome them, and a safe place to return to when the world feels overwhelming, then they already have something no textbook, no early learning program, and no academic achievement can replace: inner peace. And inner peace grows into confidence. Confidence grows into exploration, and exploration becomes excellence, in their own way, in their own time. Not because they were pushed, but because they were nurtured. At the end of the day, what we truly want for our children is not just to know more, but to be more grounded, more emotionally wise, more resilient, more themselves. So if today you're worried your child is behind, please remember, the early years are not a race of knowledge. They are the years when the brain builds its foundation. And that foundation is built with connection, safety, love, and play. Tell yourself, I'm not raising a perfect child, I'm raising a whole heart. Because when a child's heart is full, everything else they need, every skill, every lesson, every milestone arrives exactly when it's meant to. And I believe that is the greatest gift we can ever give our children. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this message brought you clarity or comfort, I hope you carry it gently into your everyday moments with your child. Here on Mindful Parenting, we're building a space for parents who want to raise calmer, more connected, and emotionally wiser children, one small shift at a time. If this video spoke to you, feel free to stay with us, learn with us, and grow with us. And remember, you're doing better than you think. Your presence matters more than you know. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and be gentle with yourself today.